Hey guys, guess what? Come a little closer. Just a little closer. Fish! Alright, what's good? It's Worm. In today's video, I'm going to be showing off my new fishing macro. Yes, as you guys popularly requested, you guys wanted an updated version of the fishing macro that was able to get this loot chest. Oh my god, what? So I ended up making the macro. I've been testing it out, making sure everything works perfectly, and it works great. Speaking of testing, if you guys ever do want to actually help test some of my macros, my server boosters and channel members all get early access testing to my macros. So if you guys ever want to help test out the macros, you know what to do. But along with that comes a special thanks to my channel members. Making these macros would not be possible without you guys. Thanks to Psy_CG, Jonathan Wade, Caddy Mesa, Snow, John Goog, and Impede. Not only that, I also want to thank Cooper Larson and K_Bo429 for helping support me as well. You guys are the best. I love you. You genuinely don't know how much I appreciate you guys supporting me. Making these macros would not be possible without your guys' support, so I really appreciate it. Anyways, yeah, if you guys do want to be able to test macros, you know what to do. Anyways, let's get on to the actual macro. Alright, so first things first, before we actually get into this macro, I do want to let you guys know that this macro is actually pretty similar to the original macro that I uploaded a little while ago. So if you guys want to check out that video for a more in-depth explanation on how to use the macro, the video will be down in the description. So if you guys want to watch that, feel free to, but I will give you guys a bit of a brief explanation here on how to use it, and I'll actually show you guys the new features of the macro. So once you download the file, here's what you're going to see. You're going to see this file, you're going to see the semi-AFK macro and the fully AFK macro. What you're going to want to do is if you're going to run it semi-AFK, you go up in the semi-AFK. If you want to run it fully AFK, you're going to run the fully AFK. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run the fully AFK. And then here's what you can see. You can see all the buttons. Pretty simple. Press this button to start. Press this button to reload. This button to exit. I hope you guys can read. So we're going to reload the macro. Get into the water. Take out our fishing rod. Cast it. And then press the start button. And look at that. Look at it go. Oh my god. Look at it go. Holy moly. Oh my god, it caught a fish. That's crazy, right? Like, it caught the fish automatically. Fish. So I'm actually going to show you guys how to edit the macro, as a lot of people have a lot of questions on how to edit the macro. What you do is you open the file, you right click on the macro, and you click edit. Oh my god. But here's what we can see. Here are the original coordinates for the macro if you guys want to set those. These realistically should be good if you're running a 1920 by 1080 monitor, so that should work fine. What I like to do is when I'm running this macro, I like to run this in dungeons. There's a couple different dungeons you can run this in. The main one I like to run this in is Ferryman dungeon, as at Ferryman, it's kind of just a big ocean. There's a lot of water, you can fish. It's really nice, you know? There's other places like the Detainment Core where you can fish, a couple other places. It's pretty nice. Personally, the spots I like to fish at the most were Layer 2, Ferryman, Beloved Zofia, and the Detainment Core. Those were the safest spots for me. Best spots for loot. I gotta be honest, Beloved Zofia was probably the best spot for loot overall. That is actually where I got my blue steel armor, my warp gems. Now, getting into the blue steel and warp gems, that's actually what the new macro does pretty well. If we open up the new macro again, just so I can show you guys, you can see there's a new setting called Loot for Blue Steel. What this does is this will actually allow you to loot specifically for the blue steel items. Not only that, I've added options to allow you to loot for the weapons and relics in chests. Basically, what it'll do is anytime you fish up a chest, it will automatically loot the chest, look inside, see what you want, and then loot it. It's really nice, I gotta be honest. It has helped me get a lot of relics, but again, one thing I will say, the blue steel and warp gem rates are like really bad. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I fished for like 6 to 7 days straight, and I think I only got like a single one. I don't know how many hours it was in like 6 to 7 days. I think it was like 144 hours or something, but like, I wasted a lot of time just to get a single warp blue gem. I gotta be honest, I don't think it's really worth it. But, if you guys are desperate and you just want to automate it, go ahead and use the macro. It's better than nothing. I gotta be honest, farming for warp blue gems is probably like the worst grind in the game right after character scales, and this video sums it up pretty well. Now for when you're running the macro, you're actually gonna want to run it in two different ways. You're gonna run it with option A with the monster detection on, or option B with the monster detection off. I can show you guys that real quick. So as we can see when we open up the macro, if we scroll down a little bit, we can see there is a timer for monster. This timer is automatically set to check every half second to see if there is a monster. Here's the thing, if you have an Animal King slot, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna take this 500 and change that to off. This is because if you have Animal King, the monsters will combat tag you, but they won't attack you. So what we can do is if you have Animal King, just change that to off, save the macro, it'll be good to go. But if you don't have Animal King, you're gonna wanna leave that set to 500. And real quick, I will actually show you guys a clip of me using the macro to defend myself, as it's pretty simple. The macro is actually able to defend itself pretty easily, assuming you have the right build. What I did for my build is I actually just made a really simple ice AoE build. It uses monsters such as Warden Blades, Ice Flock, Frozen Servants, Rising Frost, Crystal Impale, and even Ice Carve to just kind of kill all the mud skippers and lionfishes that come your way. It works really well and it's actually really consistent. Just make sure you have the same mods that I have. I'll put them down in the description so you guys can just make sure the exact same. Just make sure that your hotbar is roughly the same as in the clip, as if it's not, it won't attack properly and you'll probably die. So just make sure you have the same hotbar and you'll be all good. Now the last thing I want to bring up in this video, as while you're fishing, you have a chance of getting misaligned. For some reason, while you fish, you do move around slightly and that can cause you to move very far away. So while you're fishing, you want to make sure you can realign yourself. If you're fishing somewhere with a corner, after you reel in your cast, what you could do is you could make it so the macro moves forward into the corner and then moves right back out into the original position. That'll work very well for fixing the macro, and I can actually show you guys how to do that real quick. If you open up the macro and scroll all the way down, you will see a section that says exit. So if you keep scrolling for a bit, you will see the exit section right here. If you keep scrolling, you will see there's a gap. In this gap, if we want to ever write something with the macro, all we have to do is do this. If we want to go forward, we can say send W down, and then we say we want to press W for a certain amount of time. We can say we want to press it for 1 second. We can say sleep 1,000. Then we have to say send W up, and then say we want to go back. We can put another delay, make it sleep for like 2 seconds, and then we can do the same thing but with S. Send S down, sleep 1,000, send S up. And what this will do is this will allow you to realign in the corner, and you won't get hurt. And what this will allow you to do is this will allow you to realign and make sure you don't go off into the middle of nowhere. As, yeah, if you guys see in this video, I kind of got a little misaligned. Now that's actually pretty much everything I need to say about the macro. It's pretty much the same as the old one, so if you guys do have any questions, feel free to go reference that video, as I do go a lot more in depth on that macro. But pretty much, this macro is a really good way to get relics, really good way to get warp blue gems, blue steel armor, and a lot of other really cool items. But besides that, if you guys want the macro, it's down in my Discord, and if you ever want to get early access testing, become a booster or a channel member. But with that, I actually wanted to give you guys a sneak peek at the next macro that they actually currently have access to. If you guys want to taste that, you know what to do. But with that, if you guys enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Please, it stops me from being poor. You guys help me eat. I need food. I'm hungry, bro. Please. But with that, I hope you all have a great day.